In this video, I'm going to break down a project that I did a few years ago where the owner of the website and the business that the website was for was making $10,000 a month directly from the website. With that being said, my name is Cameron with Driven Media. We're a web design and SEO firm based in Florida. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video so that way we can keep coming out with more content very similar to this, and I hope that you guys learned something, so let's dive into it. So first of all, this company was for a friend of mine, really, who did car detailing. It's a fella that loves cars with a passion. He cleaned cars, and it wasn't something that he was hoping to do full time necessarily, but the idea came up one night, and he texted me and he said, how hard would it be to get to, making $3,000 or $4,000 a month with some digital marketing for my services? I said, it won't be that hard. In fact, I'd be willing to help you out, and in exchange, you can give me equity. I know you don't have a whole lot of money right now. And he's like, okay, great, let's do it. So we built him a website. I did it in probably a few days, and the structure of the website was extremely simple. The website consisted of really about the company, the pricing, photo gallery, testimonials, and plenty of call to actions in between with phone numbers. There was a Calendly to directly book in. There was a contact form. There was multiple ways for people to get in contact with him. So once we had that website up and running, which took us really just a few days, once we had that up and running, we started running Google ads directly to his website. Now, this is one piece that a lot of people, when they're doing a brand new website, they forget this key ingredient right here, is that you have to have traffic in order for anyone to actually convert onto the website. We chose Google Ads because we had no other way to outreach to people. It's not something that you can cold email for. Facebook just didn't seem relevant to us at the time, so we didn't bother with it, although it could have worked out just fine. We decided, let's just drive traffic directly to the website, and we did exactly that. So here's the thing about running traffic to the website. On average, we would have about 30% of people convert into some sort of call or lead form or Calendly booking right from there. Now, those are very high numbers for sure. 30% was on the good days. It was probably 15 to 20% on the bad days. Either way, we had some pretty good numbers right there. Now, the other thing that was a huge factor here is that with Google Ads, if someone types in car detailing near me and you come up, they're probably hunting for a product or service. They're not just browsing that for fun. So we were the ones that were coming up each and every time, and we were paying less than $2 per click, paying less than really less than $8 per lead that came in. And all around, our cost per acquisition, our actual cost per client, was anywhere between $15 and $20 depending on the day. Now, once we figured that out, it took us a few weeks to figure out those numbers, get the data in. We didn't have a huge budget to start, so we couldn't just blow through ad money. We did have to wait a little bit, probably about a month or so. Once we figured that out, we realized we can actually scale this up pretty quick. So we started this whole operation in late July of, it would have been 2021. And by August 2021, we realized we needed to scale. And then by September 2021, we had so many leads coming in. Quite literally, the phone was ringing off the hook. Now, here's the thing that we very quickly learned inside of this business model. And this goes for any service, local service-based model, is if you do not pick up the phone right away, if you miss a call, you lost out on money 100% of the time. There is no calling someone back where it gives you money, where that person becomes a client. You either pick it up the first time and get the sale, or you could forget about it. That's one thing we very quickly learned. I don't think we converted a single person that even left a voicemail into a client. So one of the things, one of our chokeholds was that if he was out cleaning cars, we didn't always have someone answering phones. So that was one thing that we could have done to probably scale it even further. But at this point, we were so booked up that we didn't even have any more people to go clean the cars. We were totally maxed out at this point. Now, fast forward to the next spring, we kept the website operational. We kept really the company going, and we did a few new things as well. We did local map pack SEO, basically coming up in the Google Maps section when people would search for the business. This added another way for us to get free traffic from Google rather than having the ad. Although we still had the ad there, we had the ad at the very top, and then we also came up in the map pack section, and then we also came up in the organic section. So we were coming up in 3 different places on the search results on Google. Obviously, this resulted in a massive amount of clicks and the phone really ringing off the hook each and every time. Now, during that year, that was 2022, really when we started doing all that, we attempted to hire more people into the company. Now, if you don't know anything, 2022 is when inflation really started to pick up. So to actually find talent for these positions was extremely tough. We didn't have great luck really scaling that out. There was a lot of people working other jobs, and to find someone to work these jobs, it just didn't work out. So we kept it as basically a one-man operator for the most part, and we kind of stayed anywhere between the $5,000 and $10,000 a month profit range with this company. Now, there was another thing that we added into the mix, and I wish we didn't. We actually ended up outsourcing Facebook ads for the company. I'm not very good at Facebook ads. I never have been. I've done Facebook ads for one company ever, and it was semi-successful, but it took weeks of trial and error and playing with ad copy and everything. It took a lot of focus in order for it to be successful. I didn't want to wait that long, so we had an agency. We paid them, I can't remember what it was. It was probably like $1,500, $2,000 a month. We ended up doing that for about 3 months, and we saw 0 traction with it. I think we got like a few clicks. We very quickly realized whatever the agency was doing, it wasn't working at all. It was probably the competency of the agency more than anything. But either way, we canceled that and we just moved on. We just kept doing Google ads and just doubled down on that even further. So the lesson of this story, more than anything, is the fact that we had a decent website put together, albeit it wasn't the best website I've ever done. It's not the worst website I've ever done, but it had everything that we needed for it to be successful. The second thing that we did is we ran as much traffic to it as possible using the means that we had. We had the means for Google ads, so we did that. We had the means for SEO, so we did that. Multiple types of SEO, map pack and organic. We tried Facebook, it failed. That's totally fine, but we still had those other 3 lead sources anyway, so no problem right there. The third thing is that we made sure that we were picking up the phone as much as humanly possible. It didn't work out all the time, but the more we picked up the phone, the more money we made. Again, there's no world where you win business by missing phone calls. It just doesn't exist. It won't happen. So if you're a service-based business, you need to have someone on those phones all the time, because if you do not have anyone on those phones, you are going to lose money. There's calling services that you can hire online for 24-hour answering services. You can do that as a local-based business. Those are really the big things. There's a lot of ways that you can run traffic to your website, and I've done videos on this in the past, but anything that has a link online is an opportunity to run traffic to your website. It could be a YouTube video, like these YouTube videos that I do right here. It could be from your social media. I have about 600 people a month look at my website from my Twitter profile, which is absolutely insane. Speaking of, go give me a follow on Twitter. Third place that you can get a decent amount of traffic. If you have something that could be valuable for Reddit can sometimes be pretty good traffic, and it gives you a backlink right from there as well, which helps you out. Another good place where you can run traffic from, of course, any paid ad source. It could be Facebook ads, Yelp ads, Google ads, you name it, Bing ads, whatever. Like, you can run any type of ads, and that's going to help bring more people through your website. Basically, the more eyes you have on your website, and specifically the more relevant eyes you have on your website, the more money you are going to make. Now, this is for service-based companies. It's slightly different for B2B-based companies, but the same strategy still applies. You have to have people coming to your website to actually make money. So if you can get that piece figured out successfully and cheaply for your brand, you're good to go. You're going to have a website that is going to be directly generating revenue for the rest of its life. Anyway, that's the story of how we created a website that was making $10,000 a month. Really just a basic website. It was a single pager, and it was a fun project for us to work on. Ultimately, the owner of the company's moved on from it, so there's not anything up and running anymore. Here we are 2.5 years later from that original project. But Anyway, if you want someone to look at your website, feel free to shoot me a DM. I do have my Twitter down in the description below. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. We have plenty more content coming out very soon. Other than that, my name's Cameron. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.